you're an actor and you're tired of waiting in between jobs. Maybe you've never had no jobs. Maybe you're not booking at all. Regardless, I'm going to teach you how to stay booked. Be sure to watch the end of the video so you can get all the gems. By the end of this video, you should know exactly what plan of action you need to take in order to stay booked in Hollywood. Alright, so becoming an actor is one thing. If you're trying to figure out how to become an actor starting from ground zero, then be sure to check out the video that I made on the channel about how to get started as an actor in Hollywood from nothing, from scratch. I have a couple videos that point you in the right direction. For this particular video, we're going to focus on how to stay booked, right? And I'm going to give you a couple examples of some actresses that I know on a personal level who stay booked, who stay on a set. I know of some guys too who just stay on a set. And I can tell you from personal experience, right? I know for a fact what it is that they're doing, right? I'm talking about from their techniques all the way up into what they're doing in auditions, to what it is that they're doing on set, so people want to bring them back. And so I feel like that's a 3-step process. It's like, what are you doing as far as your performance? How are you keeping up those skills? What are you doing when you're sending in your self-tape auditions? And then 3, what are you doing when you get on set? So it starts, you know, in the practice room or in the on the court, in the practice court, whatever analogy you want to use. It starts from that initial mindset and mentality. And so in order to get yourself on the right foot and you want to stay booked as an actor, you have to be studying some type of technique whatsoever. In order to be booked as an actor, you need to be practicing the skill of acting. Acting is a skill. It's just not something you can just thrive off of on personality. I mean, you can get booked that way. It's called zero casting. But to stay booked, more likely than not, you're going to need some type of technique. So what these actors that I know that they're doing is they stay in acting class or with an acting coach. So if you do not have an acting class, some type of scene study class that you're participating in, I suggest that you look for it. Now, because of the power of the internet, you don't even have to be in person anymore. You could do this completely on Zoom, on the internet. Find a scene study class. I went to Richard Lawson Studio, so shout out to Richard Lawson. He was just recently in Divorce in Black. Still an amazing actor. Shameless plug. Not paying me to say that. He really just is a great actor. So Richard Lawson Studios offers scene study classes. I'm not sure if they have them online anymore, but I definitely know they have them in person if you're in the Los Angeles area. There's actors workshops that you can go to. Some are free, some are paid. Not be afraid to invest in yourself. You need to invest in yourself. It's like you're starting a business. You need to run your career like you're running a business. Tasha Smith Studios, I do know she offers them online as well as in person. So look up her. Get into a scene study class, especially if you're starting from scratch. You're gonna need some type of technique. There's acting books, right? Acting books that you can read that could teach you upon skills and give you some practices. But I really just, like anything, any type of dream, you have to engulf yourself in this dream of what it is that you want to do, right? So be sure to tap into that. All right, I'm gonna give you a first example. Actor by the name of Shaw Jones. I know him on a personal level. He was in my acting class. Stays booked, right? And he's doing all the things that we're talking about right now. He was in a scene study class. He stays top notch, and he does all these other things we're going to get into. But look up his IMDb. You're going to see he pops in on major shows. He gets larger roles, small roles, but dang near every week he is on set. So go follow him. No, he's not asking me to promote. Just go follow him. Check out his career, and maybe that could be something that you model yourself as. Ask him what he does to stay booked. Second thing you can do to stay booked, what are you doing in your self-tape auditions? Nowadays, pretty much I think all of these auditions at this point pretty much start with a self-tape audition of you putting yourself on tape for the role and sending in what you need to do. If you're failing at self-tapes, now if you're not booking anything, chances are this is just where you're going wrong. Yes, you could be going wrong from jump for headshots and packages, and make sure you check out all the videos that I have about getting started and what is your acting package and how do you put stuff together when it comes to that. Be sure to check that out. But if you need help with self-tapes, comment self-tapes in the comments below, and check out some of the videos we have about self-tapes on the channel. You got to stop failing at your self-tapes. You need to invest in yourself. I have an essentials in the comments below as well, of stuff you need to just get off of Amazon, and it can help you take your self-tapes to the next level. Produce high quality self-tapes. People who are watching the audition are going to take you more serious, right? But really do the best practices. It's a difference between acting on a self-tape camera than it is acting on stage or acting in person, because in person you have somebody you're interacting with on camera. And that's a thing. That's like a real thing. And it gives you emotions. And self-tape, oftentimes you're dealing with a reader who's not the same emotions, not the same intent. Or you just don't know what the person is looking for, which is why you're supposed to just book the room and just bring what it is that you bring. But a lot of people are trying to feed for what that person wants instead of just delivering an excellent performance. People are going on being off books and just like all types of stuff you could be doing wrong. So check out all the videos I have on the channel about self-tapes. Step your self-tape game up. That's what's going to get you the callback to the chemistry read and then lead to you booking the role, right? So if you're messing up there, get it right. So once you're in acting classes, you're killing your self-tapes, you have your package together, you have your reel, you have your headshots, right? The next thing is like, what are you doing on set? And this is something where I feel like it's just highly underrated. Like, people don't understand how important this is. I've worked with people and literally just been like in my head, yeah, no, never again. Never working with this person again. Ever. I don't care how talented of an actor they are, I'm not working with them because they have a stank attitude. They're complaining all the time, or they're unprofessional, they're not late, or they're late, they don't have their lines memorized. Like, whatever it is, they're not doing what you need to do. So do what you need to do when you get on set. That's having a pleasant attitude, right? You chose to show up. You didn't have to show up. So whatever it is you're getting paid or whatever, that's all needs to be handled beforehand, before you hop on set. Because don't bring none of that energy on set. Once you accept the role, you need to show up as a professional. I don't care if it's one line, 100 lines, $1, no dollar, $100 million. Show up, be professional, right? The people who stay booked, they're doing this regardless of what the role is, right? Problem solve yourself. Doesn't matter what the budget size is. Problem solve yourself. I'm talking about like, okay, this isn't working, make it go right. Whether that is your performance, right? Whether that is your outfit, whatever it is, make it go right. Try your best to make it go right yourself. People appreciate that because everybody is figuring stuff out on set, right? 3, attitude check. No divas, no prima donnas. It's so crazy because the people like that I've had that are the biggest stars on set had the smallest of the egos. They were the people who could have asked for everything and cared nothing about it whatsoever. And the people who had the littlest amount of work, the littlest amount of like what you've done in life, come on with the biggest egos and attitudes. And I'm just like, never again. Not coming on a set. Not bringing back. I don't care who you are. Not coming back. And so people want to work with people who give them good energy. That's all that is, right? Who are positive, who show up ready, lines memorized, ready to play. So I don't have to work around you, or what I would like to say, cut around you, because I've literally had to do that as a director. I'm like, oh my God, we went over this. You had the script for how long? We had a table read. We had all types of stuff before you got on set today. And you still don't have these lines memorized is absurd. So you're not going to get called back when you do things like that. So I'm just saying for you, this is what you could do to stay booked, is bring all that to the set. Bring positivity, positive energy. Because it's people like Shaw Jones, maybe 2 more example, Courtney Nicole, Sierra, Angelia, stay booked on a roll. Look them up. Look up their IMDb credits. See how much they've been booking lately, left and right. And it's because they're doing these things. These are the simple things that everyone can do, regardless of what you look like, what your casting is, all this. You kill these 3 things, you can stay on set and you can stay booked. So I hope these tips help you out, but I really need to know what else you guys want to learn about the industry. If you think it would be a dope idea for me to start a podcast and start bringing on some of these guests, some of these examples that I mentioned, please let me know in the comments below. Just comment podcast. If you have any other questions or need any other tips, advice, please ask the questions in the comments below as well. Hit the like button, sub button, bell button. There you gotta go.